Hey guys, welcome. Welcome aboard if you're brand new. Welcome back if you're not. And welcome home if that fits for you. Today we want to talk about what's up for the week of May the 20th through the 26th of 2024. There is a lot going on this week. A lot of big shifts, a lot of big changes, a lot of big aspects. And the point of this information is really to help you figure out how to angle that energy best, how to live your best life, right? So, as always, let's get busy. We start this week with a Libra moon, and that Libra moon opposes Chiron early in the morning. And then the sun moves into Gemini, right around for coffee. Now, here's the thing. Gemini is the first of the air signs. And so Gemini energy is really about limitless potential and just possibility, right? So pay attention to that as we move through Gemini season. That Libra moon is going to quincunx Uranus and Venus and Jupiter and also Neptune, right? Over the course of a day. Around dinner time, the moon is going to move into Scorpio, and that Scorpio moon is going to quincunx the sun and square retrograding Pluto. So on Monday, your selflessness, right, or your selfness actually, is really going to enter kind of a wider, limitless space. So make sure that you're checking out all of those angles, trying everything on, and see how it feels to your soul, right? And what I mean by that is, if you have a thought about a thing you'd like to be or do or see or witness in the world, an awareness you'd like to embody a little more deeply, try it on. Try it on. You can always take it off, but if you don't try it on, you'll never know, right? If you feel the ground becoming more distant, right? We've been working a lot on grounding as we moved through Taurus season. Now that ground is going to start to kind of slip away under your feet. It might feel like you're practicing the art of levitation. See how that feels to you, right? That's some of that heaviness, some of the baggage we've been hauling around is starting to move. So allow that. See how it feels to you and just check it out. Again, try it, observe it, feel into it. See what happens. On Tuesday, the 21st, the Scorpio moon opposes Uranus. So the ongoing tension that you've been having in some situations in your life, they're either going to reach a new depth of stalemate or they're going to explode and just boil over, right? So that's okay. The key here is to stop and breathe, right? Just stop and breathe. You can make headway or perhaps even progress, but you're going to have to be crystal clear about what you're expressing. Just make sure, right? You already know. Just make sure that you're speaking it as you witness it, right? On Wednesday, the 22nd, that Scorpio moon is going to quincunx Mars and trine Saturn. And then the Gemini sun will trine retrograding Pluto. The moon will quincunx Chiron and oppose Uranus. Now here's the deal. You might find a surprising element of sweetness to your day on Wednesday. So recognize that karma for what it is, and resist any urge to, let's say, hand it an ulterior motive or to manufacture one, right? As I say in my pick a card readings, do not bend it to make it fit. It either works or it's not. It's your healing journey. The bottom line is that everyone is playing a part in that journey, and it's the part that you gave them. So let them play it, right? Let them play it. Judge it at your own peril since you wrote the script. On Thursday, the 23rd, that Scorpio moon will oppose Venus and trine Neptune. The moon moves into Sagittarius, and this all happens really, really early in the morning, by the way. And then Venus in Taurus will conjunct Jupiter and sextile Neptune. that Sag moon is going to sextile Pluto. Again, Pluto comes back, dredging things up. And then we have the Sagittarius full moon at 2 Sagittarius at 8:53 a.m. Central Time. Not long after that, in the later afternoon, Venus is going to move into Gemini, and then Jupiter in Taurus will sextile Neptune. So listen, these full moon aspects are amazing, right? Venus and Jupiter are going to shuffle into place as the moon gets ready for her fullness. And then Venus and Jupiter and Neptune in their 29th degree, right? In the anaretic degree. So important. They court the moon's experiential glory in Sagittarius, right? So look for ease where there was turbulence. Look for mindfulness where there was lack, right? Look for movement where there was stagnation. Look for clarity where there was confusion. So this is a full moon to be lived, right? Not just observed. This is very important. So mark it in some kind of real-time, absolutely tangible way. But mark it. The possibilities for, let's call it, new awarenesses, okay, as it relates to that sense of home, right, with this Venus aspecting. So that's money, love, real, right? And it's real in terms of what you can feel, what you can experience, right? We talk about home as that self-reflexive experience. Well, with this Sagittarius full moon, that is amplified. So what seemed unreachable is actually right there. And as Venus moves into Gemini, wow, hello, we saw you, thank you. That is creating the awareness of those endless possibilities, right? It's creating your call to expansion on every level and showing you that it's not only possible, but it's available. All you have to do is open your hands and, wow, look at all those majors, y'all. And accept the fact that it's already yours, right? It's already yours. On Friday, the 24th, that Sag moon gets busy. We quincunx Mercury, square Saturn, trine Mars and Chiron, and then quincunx Uranus. So any hesitation that you have about the full moon energies from yesterday, right? Any conviction, those hesitations are momentary, and they're only in thought, right? This is going to come up a lot as we have this Gemini sun, Gemini season. Things that happen in thought don't always translate into action or reality, and that's an important awareness. That is a really important awareness for you. So trust your momentum, right? Trust the change and trust your ability to adapt to the change. Absolutely. Keep your knees soft and smile, right? Smile, because the way that you invite the energy is the way that it's going to show up. So smile, please, for your own sake. On Saturday the 25th, that Gemini Venus is going to trine Pluto. The Sag moon will square Neptune and quincunx Jupiter before the moon moves into Capricorn in the late morning. That Capricorn moon will quincunx Venus, and guess what? Jupiter changes signs and moves into Gemini around dinner time, and that Cap moon is going to quincunx the sun later in the evening. So your relationship and, well, let's call it nice, very nice. Your relationship with and perspective to, okay, yeah, the notion of that endless possibility is going to widen again, right? The idea of impossible is getting smaller and smaller in the rear view. The thing here is honesty and authenticity are the keys. And they're the keys to anywhere, right? So don't hold back. Don't hold back at all when it comes to your truth, your reality, your preferences, right? Everything is on the table. The way that you approach them is always the key. on Sunday the 26th, that Cap Moon is going to trine Mercury, sextile Saturn, and square Mars. So this is a getting stuff done kind of day. Accomplish what you need to accomplish early, right? And plan your downtime. Not only plan your downtime, but plan for some downtime. And make it an early night, right? With some excellent self-care lined up. And make sure that you get to sleep early. It's going to be important, the way that you manage that energy. Let's talk, shall we? All right, so we start this week on Monday with the Ace of Wands and the Page of Swords. So this is about the way that you are inspired, and the way you're inspired in terms of your intellect, your ideologies, your awareness of concepts. And so we talked about, because this is the beginning of Gemini season, right? So the way that your ideas are going to be shaped by your inspirations is going to widen, right? You have I don't want to call it a gap, but you have an awareness, something that is available to you that hasn't been available to you before in terms of your energies. What turns you on, what jazzes you, what makes you want to take a bite out of life, right? And so that selfness, again, is entering this limitless arena. So make sure that you're trying things on, right? What feels good? Oh, what makes you go, yeah, okay, this idea seems great. How does it feel in my body? This idea seems great. How does it feel to my heart? How does it feel to my soul? Does it feel great? Is it a heck yeah? Just observe what comes in. You will gather all the data that you need at that point. On Tuesday, you have the Seven of Wands and the Devil. Okay, look. So how are your ideas holding you back? How are your conceptual awarenesses keeping you bound to things, right? We talked about this as a day where ongoing tension might reach a stalemate, or it may explode. Anywhere where you have been telling yourself a nonsensical story that isn't real, that doesn't make sense. You see how this reflection is not the same from the top to the bottom, right? Where are those attachments that are holding you back, right? So we're talking about stopping and breathing, being aware of what you're telling yourself and what it creates in your reality, right? Making sure that you are crystal clear, that there is no guile, no deception, no manipulation toward yourself or anyone else as this day progresses, right? This is a day where we are only speaking what is crystal clear, what is real for us. We're not hedging our bets. We're not weaving anything together, because that will create something you don't wish for. On Wednesday, we have the Nine of Swords, right, and Judgment. Okay, so this concept of anxiety, right, we talked about there may be some kind of surprising sweetness that comes in place of something that was holding you back. Recognizing it for the karma that it is, and resisting the urge to manufacture a story around it will take you further than trying to angle it in to fit. This is your journey. Everything and everyone is playing a part, right? And so how you move forward in terms of that awareness creates your reality, no one else's, right? And so if you're going to tell that story, make sure that it is yours. Make sure that it's not someone else's, right? Leave someone else's story behind you, right? Nothing manufactured, only something real. On Thursday, we have the Four of Wands and the Hierophant. This is beautiful. It comes in the wake of that information from yesterday. And so as we have these absolutely beautiful aspects, right, this is really about experiential. So if we have a Sagittarius full moon and the Hierophant and the Four of Wands, echoing that what is What is turning you on, right? What is making you want to take a bite out of life? What is your reason for getting up in the morning? You're being asked to make sure that this is your reason, right? This is your reason. Jupiter, Venus, Neptune, no nonsense, right? The sweetness that draws you forward has to be of your own acceptance. It has to be of your own creation, right? We're living this full moon, not observing it. We're engaging it and creating it, not just saying yes to someone else's version of it, right? We said this has to be a tangible marking. Make sure that you're lighting your own candle, not just giving reverence or homage to something that someone else lit before. Does that make sense? The endless possibilities are here, right? The Hierophant always holds within it the key, and the key is that self-expression. We're talking about Venus moving into Gemini. Nothing, absolutely nothing about that sense of home can be anything that you learned before unless it was your learning. It has to be at your examination. It has to be at your acceptance. It can't be anybody else's version of the truth. And so if you're in this phase of, oh, wait, in order to create my own perfect sense of utopia, my own sense of contentment and bliss that is mine, I have to question everything. I can accept absolutely nothing that anyone else handed to me. I have to tell my own story. I have to create my own version so that I can live it as I experience it, right? Sagittarius full moon, guys. This is a big one. It's going to be lovely. All right, Friday, 5 of Wands, the Chariot. So we have a lot of balance to a lot of challenge this week, right? So this is about posturing. This is about where you block yourself and how you choose to move forward. So any hesitation, right, on those convictions from this full moon are only momentary, right? They're just an idea. They're just in momentary flare-up, right? Wands are here as much as they can be, but this Chariot is what's going to propel you forward, right? So make sure that you're trusting your own momentum and not getting, let's call it, sidetracked or distracted by anything that's not in your sights today, right? We're balancing our journey, not someone else's. Distractedness. Keep your knees soft as you navigate, right? There could be plenty of opportunities to kind of feel into that movement. So just make sure that you stay in your joy today, right? On Saturday. Yep, Saturday. The Queen of Pentacles and the Hermit. What lovely energies, right? What lovely energies these are. We talked about this as that day where your relationship with and perspective to the notion of endless possibility is going to get even wider. Here's why. What you create within, what you locate and find within is the thing that you amplify without, right? Just like as above, so below, as within, so without, allows you to be in creation of your reality. From this sense of, this is what I have in my soul, to this is what I have in my life. So you're really, really creating your reality. And the idea, right? We talked about the idea of impossible being just a passing awareness, just an illusion, right? And so the way that you are going to choose to either accept the idea of a limit, a possibility, or a limit to your possibility, or to really understand that there's nothing that's beyond you because of this light that's within you. That's a brilliant awareness, right? Be in it on Saturday. Be in that energy. This is such a fertile time for planting any kind of seed. It's so lovely. We have another Queen here, Queen of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, right? So what are you devoting yourself to? This is that getting stuff done today, making sure that you accomplish what you accomplish early in the day. Make sure that you have that sense of achievement, that sense of, yeah, this is brilliant and I feel great about it. And then allowing yourself to stop allowing yourself to be in self-care, right? That's still movement, right? When you're feeding your soul, this is still movement. So get yourself to bed early. Do some great things for yourself, not distracting things, not avoidant things, not addictive or dismissive things. Stay on purpose, stay in your heart, but make sure that you get that business done, right? So we have a Fractally Delicious, which is always one of my favorites. And this is just about those choices that we make in the moment and how they shape our reality and take us out of one thought form, one pattern, one habit, and allow us to move into something brand new, something lovely, something delicious, right? A place we really, really, really want to go, but perhaps needed to try on first. So that's about that brilliance of possibility this week. We also have number 5, the beloved, right? I love this. Number 5 is that energy of powerful shift, right? So let's see what that oracle has to say to us this week. Yeah, beautiful. The essence of this card, the beloved, is the recognition of spirit in another, right? And moving towards spirit through the other. Beautiful. It is when the divine appears to us in the form of our child, our partner, our friend, and we experience being in love. As we grow, we start to recognize the beloved in everyone, not confusing their personality with their divine nature. Accept the invitation to learn through the path of love. Expand your being through union with one another, right? That's that Sagittarius full moon, experiential. When you recognize the beloved in another, you call forth their highest and purest nature. Follow the path of love, right? We have this Venus-Jupiter conjunction this week, right, in Taurus, which is so beautiful, so brilliant, so grounded and rooted and deep, right? And so this is our sense of home and how we build it, how we expand it. And sometimes that's how we can do that so that we can expand with another. And sometimes it's how we can build it and ground it so we can expand it with ourselves. The medicine of this card: be careful with romantic love, the kind of love you fall in and out of. Own all of the projections you've placed upon the person you're dreaming of. Remember that they're only mirroring back to you your own deep longings rather than revealing their true selves. If you fail to notice this, be prepared to walk through the fire of strong emotions once again. Okay, so the key here is we have all this wand energy, right? And all these majors. So the way that you're creating your interaction, your level of exploration, right, is really the key to how you're going to move into this next phase of your life. We have this Sagittarius full moon, again, super experiential. We also have Venus and Jupiter moving into Gemini. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, right? And then witnessing themselves coming together as this full moon happens, right? In the last degrees of Taurus, they meet and then they progress together, right? They follow one another into the next part of their journey. So how are you creating, how are your decisions creating that next level for you? Well, that matters, right? It matters completely. So make sure that you're putting your attention on that. Be in this full moon, not just watching it from the sidelines, guys. That's going to matter as well. So please take care, be blessed, and I'll see you soon.